We are set, ready to rock for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup, and these guys on your screen ready to rock as well. Some of the stars of today's game, and speaking of the game, let's get right to it. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Tyreek Hill on the return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll run it here. This is James White. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at it, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. He gets it complete to Anquan Boldin. They find some open field here. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Anquan Boldin, 58 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Just how they wanted to start this one, in the end zone on their first possession.
And that just happened. How about that play right there? As you said, opening possession, setting the tone for everything. Now I'm going to look forward a little bit now because everyone should be celebrating his catch in the end zone. The tight end gets a little bit of love. But if you're a receiver on the team, you should be thinking to yourself, boy, oh boy, things are going to open up the rest of the game if they have to focus on him as well.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. One man in the backfield is Gordon. And he'll get it up the middle. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
2nd down, Mariota. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Third and short yardage, Mariota. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Torlolo. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Mariota. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third down.
Could be a blitzer.
Mariota from the gun on third down. Survey. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation.
He's got a man. Complete. And they get 28 yards on that one. And it'll give the Bengals a first down. Marcus Mariota, young, talented, and a big cannon for an arm.
Kind of surprises people a little bit because the first thing you think about with him maybe are his legs. But this guy not only can throw it deep, he does it with excellent touch.
Mariota now on second down. Going up top. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Tim Brown, the intended target, and it's third down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. On third down, Mariota out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on fourth down here. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got a decision to make here on fourth down and 2. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Now Mariota on fourth down. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Melvin Gordon, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And his kick is good. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They'd like to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different place.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
26 yards on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a Baltimore first down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw is Bortles. And that'll be incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
12 yards to go on third down. Throwing his Bortles on third down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Emmanuel Sanders, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have taken the lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense. They come up in an offset eye. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. Room here to run. There goes Melvin Gordon. 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Melvin Gordon with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals draw even, and of course they can take the lead if they hit the extra point. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And, oh, he kicked it out of bounds. That's a big penalty.
And this is where the rest of the team turns and stares at the kicker and says, you have one job. Execute it.
They'll run with White. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On second down, here's Bortles. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Defense sinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Bortles. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. It's brought in by Bolden. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Bortles now on first down. The throw left side complete to Hogan. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one. And the Ravens are going to have a first down. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Bortles to throw on second down. This is White on the screen. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Bortles to throw on 3rd and 1. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of time. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. The Bengals getting set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. He's got time in the pocket. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Emmanuel Sanders in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. And with that, the lead is up to 8. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before half for Bortles. He sets to fire deep. And it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
His throw incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Second down now after the incompletion. Throwing again. Mariota on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And they will not even get to the line here as we'll get a delay. A long way to go here for the offense on 3rd down after the penalty. 3rd and 15. They come out here in the eye. 3rd and long here for Mariota. He's got time. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll come out in the pistol. Now White. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. James White, 28 yards. And now the Ravens, they're just a 2-point conversion away from tying this up.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for two to tie the game, and it works out. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. So it'll be first down here after the run.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover two or a two-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level. That offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
And making those linemen work with a couple of blocks. They look good doing it there. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Mariota now on second down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. And he's able to put it through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They stay on the ground with White. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Offense needs 11. Have to think pass here on 3rd down. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan, and Thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They go play action. Mariota. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Well, here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Mariota. And that is incomplete. Levine Toilolo, the tight end, is intended target. Now 4th down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Now Mariota. And this is incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series. And because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball. And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to outlet.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. James White with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker now to add the point after. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
Mariota now. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
There goes Melvin Gordon. Past the 20. Back now here live in New Orleans. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They come out here in the I. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Melvin Gordon, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense?
Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a toss play. This is White. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They keep it on the ground. White again. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Bortles. Got to have this one. It's brought in by Bolden. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. To throw, it's Bortles. Wide open receiver complete. A good pickup there at 22. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. Now it's 2nd and 7. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. This is White on the screen. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And quickly, they get to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Roman Harper makes the tackle.
Well, he was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. He'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Mariota here to throw. He's going to air one out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Calvin Pryor. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. Following the interception here, Mariota. This will be caught at about the 3. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he's got it up and through. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. On the toss, here's White. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. A big